All right, many thanks for staying with us. It's still your favorite breakfast show, Morning Rave, and it's our Thank God It's Friday edition. And you know how we do it every Fridays. We take shout-outs and we also take requests. And of course, the phone lines are still open for you to call in for all of that. Now, before we went on, that quick music break, I did mention that we have our guests in the house at this time. Now, this particular set of individuals are fantastic in the sense that they are celebrating the womanhood. Now, just around the corner, there's a program coming up. I'm sure you saw the jingle just a while ago, and that has to do with the MIEFA Awards. That's the Miss Entrepreneur Africa Awards. And we have two fantastic individuals that will be talking to us about all of that. We'd like to hear from you. Probably you have inquiries, you have questions on how to register, how to go about all of that. The number is still open. You can call the number 090-6000-5100. All right, so with us today we have, is actually a friend of the family. So for those of us that follow the program, it needs no introduction, but for the sake of our viewers at home, we have Mr. Willie Walkman Oga. It's nice to have you again, sir.
Thank you so very much. I'm glad to be here once more. Again.
All right. And we also have Bukola Ifemade. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
I like your color combination, the Ankara. It's beautiful.
We're talking Africa, so it's good to promote
true.
Africa all the time.
It's true. I agree with you. I agree with you. And you look really African this morning.
Thank you.
Now, Mr. Willie Walkman is actually the Executive Director, Miss Entrepreneur Africa Awards. That's MIEFA. And Mrs. Bukola is actually the Publicity Secretary of NECA's Network of Entrepreneurial Women. That's the NNEW. Now, let's hit the ground running with the conversation at the moment. The MIEFA Awards.
Okay.
Mr. Willie, what's it all about?
Okay, actually, MIEFA Awards, the Miss Entrepreneur Africa Awards, is a two-facet project, for startups and existing entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Now, startups across Africa, including Nigeria, are those that have innovative and replicative business ideas, but who lack startup capital to start up their businesses. So what we do is we encourage them to put in, to pitch, with the various business plans they have. And we have a panel of judges, of course, that will go through their entries. And eventually, we intend to have about 10 of them in a boot camp.
Oh, wow.
Yes, for 1 month.
Wow.
Yes. Hopefully, where, of course, they'll go through the rudiments of, the entrepreneurial.
So it's more like a reality show kind of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
But, not as in full reality, because already, as you send in your entries, you start getting lectures on entrepreneurship. Okay. And we have quite a whole lot of entries from across Africa and Nigeria. So of course the reality show will be a little bit minimal. Okay. We don't want a situation whereby we keep them for excessively a longer period. Yeah. Already we've been having interactions with some of the contestants.
Okay,
yeah. And the second phase actually is for existing entrepreneurs who have existing businesses, but have also been making a measurable impact in the community where they run their businesses. And of course, there are indices, that the panel of judges have, to judge who, fits what criteria.
Criteria and what.
Stuff, yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I want to ask you, Ms. Bukola, why did you decide to focus on women? Because they're also men, because it's Miss Entrepreneur. Right. So the program focuses on women. Women. Why? Because they are men, so they're actually doing great stuff.
Okay, because it's been discovered that women have been in the minority in the business world, which is what gave birth to NNEW, NECA Network of Entrepreneurial Women in the first place. Okay. We have the business terrain dominated by men. Meanwhile, women naturally they are naturals for business because they're good with multitasking, they're good with building, and women are natural, they are nurturers, and they are producers. So by the time you now have a woman entrepreneur, that means, you know, talk about train a girl child, you're training the whole world. So develop a woman entrepreneur, you're already developing a conglomerate that's going to run internationally and that's going to have a succession planning in place because, again, I said we're nurturers.
Yeah.
So, but, you know, most of the time, men, they just do it is cut and dry, cut and dry. But women, they just keep on, and then they leave something behind, and then something behind again, and, you know, goes across various generations.
Okay, now, looking at the award itself, is there a particular age bracket? Because we also have very young people that are doing immensely great stuff.
Right.
Is there an age bracket, or it's open to anyone with a business or business idea?
Where MIFA is concerned, 18 to 35, 18 being the legal adult age.
Exactly.
You know, and then 35. You know, but for NECA Network of Entrepreneur Women, we have different segments because we cater for everyone, different ages. The 18 to 35, which we call them our Ruby stage, our Ruby group. And then we have those we call the ambassadors, above 35, below 60. And interestingly, we also have those above 60 among us, yes.
Wow.
And they're still doing great and mighty things in the business world.
Wow.
And of course, those are the ones that also act as mentors to the younger ones. Even the Holy Book talks about it, let the older women, you know, train the younger women, so that at least there are certain mistakes the young ones don't have to make because the older ones have already walked the terrain. They've made certain discoveries. So the young ones don't have to start where they started. Instead, they should start from where the older people stopped so that they can then make new discoveries, new mistakes, greater things, especially with this Generation Z we have.
Interesting. Now, okay, you want to
Yeah, I was going to say it's because of the dynamism. You know, they've injected in the issue of entrepreneurship in women, you know, that has brought about the partnership, you know, MIFA has with NNEW.
Yeah.
You know, so for us, we decided to keep the age bracket between 18 and 35. Because at 18, you must have gone to secondary school at least to be able to write your income and expenditure. You know, you'll be able to, you know, take cognizance of what you want to do, the kind of business you want to run, how you want to run the business. And if you are being tutored, you know, educationally, at least you have an idea of what your mentor, or, you know, so for us, 18 to 35 is what we're actually looking at. Okay. Now we have a whole lot of them across Africa.
Interesting. Now let's go through the registration process because that's what a lot of people would actually be interested in. How do I get involved? How do I get on board? How do I get in? So what's the registration process like?
Okay, actually, the registration process is, you know, of course, we have a registration fee of 5,000. You go to our website, you know, www.miafaafrica.org and get registered. You download the form, you fill the form, all the requirements are there, and you submit your business proposal.
Okay, there's a business proposal.
Yes, that they'll have to
we actually even have it displayed on the screen right now for you know, those at home. So you may continue, sir.
So, you know, they have to put up a business proposal, you know, and submit and pitch.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and eventually, if they are lucky, they'll get seed money to start up their business. Yes, that's for the startups. Then for existing entrepreneurs, you know, of course, they'll be awarded for their efforts in creating employment, in eradicating poverty, in giving women a voice. Because the idea of MIAFA actually is for us to contribute our own quota, you know, to the economic, social, and political, you know, well-being of women across the continent. Because a lot of African women are deprived, you know, of the issue of entrepreneurship. Most men will say, you know, they belong to the kitchen.
True.
You know,
or the other room.
Yes, but thank God in Nigeria, to some extent, you know, the ratio of female entrepreneurs we have is higher than most of these African countries.
Countries. Now, talking about a business proposal, because that really caught my eye. Now, I just want to ask, it's just between myself, yourself, and probably a million others watching. Is there any ojoro that your business proposal must have? Any probably, let's say, add-on that would give them some sort of leverage in being selected?
Yeah, for instance, if we have a lot of people,
okay,
who are into fashion, some are into production of small chops and stuffs, some want to go into manufacture of, hair accessories and stuff. Now, you and I know that out there are people and companies that are already doing it. Now, what is that magic factor in your own that will make you more distinct than the existing entrepreneurs or businesses out there?
So those
are some of the things we look out for. And secondly, your business must have to be replicative. So that if you are being empowered, with the seed money, you can retrain people around your community, or your location where you stay. Thereby, we are eradicating poverty. From the continent, and we're giving women an economic, political, and social power to also be part of, in the scheme of things.
All right.
In government, in their communities, in their societies where they find themselves.
Interesting, interesting. I mean, the X factor is number one, your business idea must have that distinct future that would, make it stand out, and you must be able to replicate the knowledge to other people. Well, at this point, I'd ask that our viewers at home can call in case you have questions you want to ask or you want to make inquiries. Number to call is 090-6000-5100. I'll take that again, 090-6000-5100. Now, I want to ask you a question, Mrs. Bukola. Ifemade, sorry. Ifemade, I want to ask you a question, Ifemade. Now, you talk about NECA's network of entrepreneurial women.
Right.
Now, looking at the initiative, a lot of people too want to be part of groups like this, associations like this, because I have friends personally that are business savvy and they just need network. They need to be, in the circle of the right people. How do they get involved?
Very simple. Number one, MIFA is a very good initiative, and we are partners. And when you log on to MIFA, you're going to see our own everything about NECA Network of Entrepreneur Women. And we also have our website, www.nnew.org. Yes. So when they log in, you'll be able to see what we stand for, how to register, the application forms, and everything. And a good thing, again, about this is that part of MIFA, people who subscribe to that also get to be part of our summit, which is coming up in October, October 11 and 12. Because in NEW, we have different programs to cater for every aspect for a woman entrepreneur. And the theme for this year's summit is Unite, Women Collaboration.
Wow.
So when women collaborate, you'll see the explosion of ideas, of business expansion and growth. So they cannot even afford not to be there. So even if someone does not mean on MIFA, but the fact that you have been a participant and you get to know about NEW, then you know that you've just started because it launches you onto the great place.
Interesting,
be,
interesting.
Yes.
Well, I want to go on a quick break and actually show you a commercial of what we've been talking about. It's still Morning Rave. Keep it locked.
Entrepreneur Africa Awards. Are you an aspiring female African entrepreneur who needs startup capital, or you already own a business? Here is an opportunity to change your fortune. Get registered for Miss Entrepreneur Africa Awards at www.meafafrica.org. For sponsorship and inquiry, call +234 8182 76623 or +234 803 334 8880. Prizes to be won include startup capital and consolation prizes. At Miss Entrepreneur Africa Awards, we make dreams come true.
Many thanks for staying with us. It's still Morning Rave. Thank God it's Friday edition. My name is Dakwadegwe, and we've been having fun all the way. Well, before we went on that quick break, we're actually talking about the MEFA Awards, an event coming up shortly. And actually, registration is already ongoing. And with me, I have two representatives from that particular project. I'm talking about Mr. Willie Walkman Oga and also Bukola Ifemade. It's good to have you with us once again.
Thank you.
Now, for the benefit of those that missed the part of the registration, Mr. Oga, I want you to go over it again. Okay. How do people get involved with MEFA? Okay,
for sponsorship and partnership, they can go to our website.
Okay.
www.meafa, that's MEAF Africa.org, or they just Google Miss Entrepreneur Africa Awards.
Okay.
All the details from
there.
partnership to registration is there.
Okay.
So all they need to do is log on, download the form, fill it, and attach their business proposals, you know, and could get lucky. Let's give it a try. And registration has been ongoing. It's going to end on the 20th.
20th of this month?
Of September.
Of September, sorry, next month.
Next month, so you stand a chance.
Oh, good one.
To get seed funds for your business.
Oh, nice. Now, I've just been thinking, why November? Why did you decide to arrange all of this in November?
Now, November, you know, worldwide is International Month of Entrepreneurship. So, you know, stakeholders are encouraged to have most events, even though it might not be too convenient for, you know, some organizers to have it in November. So for us, it's a remarkable month to promote entrepreneurship, and, you know, that's
the reason.
One of the reasons, and I'm sure Madam has also one of the inputs.
Yeah.
Yes. And ahead of November, which is now the climax of the MIFA program, is to also be part of the new summit, which is coming up October 11 and 12, where women are united for collaboration. And by the time people are there for the summit, it gets them prepared for November. Because, you know, at the summit, we're seeing different women doing great things in different sectors across every sector of the economy, from manufacturing to technology to media to agriculture, every area. And then you see different of women age grade from 18, 35, 40, 50, 60s and all that. And you get to meet them one-on-one. Wow. So that gets them to prepare to interact, to network, to have ideas. So by the time November then comes, they know that they are already more there. So you can look up www.new.org and then hashtag New Summits. NNEW Summit together online across the social media. For more
Thank you for coming, Mr. Willie, and also Bukola. Thank you so much. Appreciate it, and we wish you all the best on this particular project.
Thank you.
And for you out there, we also wish you the best. Probably you want to register, please go ahead, get that form, and put your idea out there. It's never too late or too early to start living your dream. Well, the show still continues with our next guest, and of course, Louisa will be taking us through all of that with Jimmy Aino. Now, our next guest is one that you really, well, in the entertainment world, for young people out there, probably you just want to stick around because we have Base 1 in the house. I don't know why I had to let that out. But, of course, the show still continues to be an exciting one. It's still Morning Rave. Keep it locked.